Hey Tech Timers, this is Andre of Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews, where I review cool tech and everyday products that will make your lives just a little bit easier. And today I am coming to you live with no jive in part 2 of which is better, the Umidigi Uwatch 2 versus the Umidigi Uwatch GT. Can you dig it? So today we are going to be taking a look at the apps that these watches connect to. But before we get down to the nitty gritty, if you missed part 1 of this series where I review the actual watches, the actual hardware themselves, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Also, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell all below. Let's get down to business. Okay, so let's get down to the get down. I'm going to start off with the Umidigi Uwatch 2, which uses the Fit app. DAFIT, as you can see right there. So let's go ahead and tap on that and go through this app. So it brings up the home screen. It's going to start off with your steps. Let's start right there. Let's make this just a little bit brighter. Okay, hopefully you can see that okay. If I go ahead and click on steps, it's going to bring up my total for the day, miles, calories, minutes, activity, well, same thing, minutes, and it's going to have some further information down here. Last 7 days, this is a comparison of how you've done with other people, and you can go ahead and click on week. It's going to show you what you've done for the week, and you can click on for the month. Keep in mind I don't use this watch a lot. If I click on this is the calendar, and it's just going to allow me to go back as far as I've had this watch. I can click on a day and look at how many steps I put in or whatever I've done on that day. I don't use this watch for sleeping at all, but if I did, it would have day, week, and month. And then it would have a sleep quality score. There's some further information, last 7 days. You can do the week here, the month here. Let's go into the calendar and let's go back to November 13th. You can see how it breaks it down. It's got restful, light, rapid eye movement. So pretty good information here. Even shows your BPM, which is pretty cool, while you're sleeping. So not bad. Let's get out of that. I'm going to go into the full-time heart rate monitor. And what this does is it shows you your day, week, month, current, some information down here. I can click on the week, I can click on the month, I can go here and click on the calendar. And once again, it's just going to go back to however long I've had the watch. I can just go ahead and click on another day and you'll see all of that. Okay, so as you can see, that says full-time heart rate. The next one says heart rate. The difference is full-time can go back in time. Heart rate is pretty much current. It will go back the last 7 days. As you can see, it's showing today, if I had worn this longer, you would see the last 7 days of trends. I can click on the calendar and it will bring up, a couple of dates there. But one thing that's cool about this particular portion of the app is that I can click on measure. So I can go ahead and, as you can see, I can either activate it from the app or from the watch. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on end. Let's get out of that. And this is my biggest pet peeve with this watch. This is the blood pressure monitoring. Now, 104/63, let me explain. When you get this watch and you turn it on and you measure your blood pressure, you're going to get 104/63, no matter what it is. If you turn the watch off and turn it back on and measure your blood pressure, it's going to be 104/63. It just does that. Don't know why. So let's take a look. Now, 104/63, it's got a little bit of blood pressure information. Last 7 days, and I'm going to cover that. I could also click on measure. Once again, you can see it right there. And so I can do it from either the watch or the app. If I click on the calendar, so you can see this is where I turned on the watch earlier. That was last night, I guess. And anytime I turn on the watch or reset the watch, it gives me that 104/63. However, every other time that I measure my blood pressure after that, it usually gives me one of two readings, 160/79 or 161/80. Now, I have other blood pressure monitors. My blood pressure is nowhere near there. This 158/78 is it's kind of weird because it's usually 160/79 or 161/80. You can see 104/63, 104/63, 104/63. And oops, let me go back. And then you'll see 160/79, 161/80. If I had more data in here, you would see those repeated. This 136/68 was an actual workout. So while you're working out and then you sync it, it will record accurately. But if you just go ahead and measure, it's just going to give you these crazy readings. So let's get out of that. And let's go into blood oxygen. And there's some information as to what it does, what it is. Let's click on the calendar. You can see that there's some information there. I can, once again, I can either activate it from the watch or from the app right here. So I'll click on that and you can see that it just turned on. So I'll go ahead and click end. Let's get out of that. Outdoor running, I don't have anything in there, but if I click on start, it wants to turn on the GPS. Now the GPS, I haven't tested this, but there's no GPS on the watch, of course. But I think what's happening here is that it wants to turn the GPS on the watch, and the app itself, it wants to turn the GPS on the phone, and then the app itself will interact with the GPS. But keep in mind, once again, the watch itself does not have GPS. So if I use this, there would be some history here. That was the calendar I just clicked on. So let's get out of that. So I did a little walk just to get some further information in here. Minutes, steps, miles, calories, etc., etc., etc. So that was my actual workout. I guess you could say a workout. A quick 16-minute walk, just to get some information. And then you can see there's a whole bunch of information if I click on the calendar, and it goes back, to when I first got the watch. So let's get out of that. So that's the first tab, first page. And if you click on this little watch, well, let's look at more training. Look at more training actually brings you back to that screen I just showed you. So there's a little watch right here. If I click on that, then it's going to show my watch that I have synced to my phone, and I can remove it. I can add another watch, whatever. One thing that's really, really cool about this watch is that it's got a lot of watch faces. Now, these are the 4 that are on the watch right now. It only holds 4 at one time. But if I click on, let me turn on the internet. And then if I click on more, it's got dozens and dozens and dozens of watch faces. So it's really, I really like that this has so many watch faces. So if you click on one, and you click on download, you can see that it's starting to download, but I'm going to hit long press to return. Go back. It will take approximately 2 minutes to download a watch face to this watch, but a lot of watch faces. So let's go back. Notifications. These are all of the apps that receive notifications that you can push to the watch. Can't reply on the watch, can't respond, but you can push these notifications to the watch. So let's go back, and then we have alarms. Now here's something that I just kind of found out. You can set an alarm here, okay? But in the first video, I brought this up because I wasn't too sure what this was about. This mute, as you can see right there, you turn it on and off. What that does is it, how can I put it? It doesn't turn off the alarm. It doesn't deactivate the alarm. It just kind of stops it from vibrating. It's not audible, it's vibrating. So that's what that mute button does. So let's go back here, shutter. Of course, to activate the camera on the phone. Let's go back. And in others, we've got find a device. Now, if you click on this, what it does is it makes the watch vibrate. It's not audible. You'll probably see the watch move in just a second here. Maybe you can hear it, but it's vibrating. So let me go ahead and turn it off. And well, actually shut off. You can do your time formats, 12 hours, 24 hours. You've got your units of measure. You could do metric. It's got metric and British. Do not disturb. You can set the time that you don't want the watch to receive notifications. You've got your reminders to move. Let's click on that. Whoops. Don't know why that's not happening, but I've got it. Anyway, you can set your reminders like every hour to get up and move. I've got it set for the all-day heart rate measurement, on and off. You can choose your language. There's quite a few languages in here. Quick view. I'm not sure what that is. I couldn't find anything in the manual that explained what it was, but it's on. Valid period is all day, so whatever. You can send the weather from your weather app to display on your phone, and you can set the temperature in the city. Let's go back here. We'll click on upgrade, and that's just the MAC address of the watch and the latest version, etc. We'll click on the little icon of the person here. And then you've got your profile. Now with the profile, that's your personal information, height, weight, gender, birth date, etc. You don't need to see that. Your goal, I have it set for 12,000 steps. I normally do about 15,000, so I have less than an hour to get in about 2,700 steps. And let's go back, and then about, and that gives you the version of the app. Upgrade to beta. Well, it's just going to bring you back to that previous screen, the upgrade screen. So just keep in mind, there's never ever going to be an upgrade for this watch. So let's go back here. And so we've covered everything in this watch, in this app. Okay, Tech Timers, so we saw what the Umidigi Uwatch 2's The Fit app can do. It's a groovy little app with some great features. But how does it compare with the app that's paired with the Umidigi Uwatch GT? Well, we are going to find out in part 3 next week. Thank you for hanging out with me here on Andre's Tech Time and product reviews. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell below. Enough said. I will catch you on the flip side in my next video.